Hi, this is Pat McDonald, your host for Banter and Beans, where our little tagline is, "What is brewing in Montpelier?" Joining me in the studio is Karen. Oh my gosh, Karen, I forgot. Karen Williams. I almost forgot. Thank you. Karen Williams, who's from Woodbury Mountain Toys. Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is great. We were just talking about all the toys we remember buying years ago, all the things. I have so much stuff from your shop.
Well, I definitely have a lot of toys.
Yep.
I carry from over about 500 different companies I order from.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You know what I was just thinking? I used to teach Sunday school, and I had a stage.
Like a puppet for puppets?
Puppet. I used to buy puppets.
Oh, the folk Manus puppets are the best.
Aren't they great?
They are.
Well, listen, tell us a little bit about yourself first. We'll have to start the official show.
Okay, well, my name's Karen Williams. I have owned Woodbury Mountain Toys it'll be 25 years in January.
Wow, congrats.
Yes. Yeah, I purchased it from the Dions, who they started the store in Montpelier in the like 91, I believe.
Oh.
Right before the flood, they moved to the spot where, on 24 State Street, right after the flood of 92. And I knew them because I homeschooled my kids, they homeschooled theirs. He also made wooden toys at craft shows, and I had made polar fleece hats at craft shows, so we knew each other from that.
Great,
Yeah.
Excellent. And I just to tell people, you are now, because of the flood, moved across the street.
Yes. Yes, directly across the street. It couldn't have been more convenient for me, but it was a lot quicker to get in there. They had a team of people to work.
That.
So yes.
Yeah. I heard you had a stream of people going back and forth carrying all the products.
Yes, like when the flood first happened, I had a stream of people bringing them all upstairs into the second floor because there were empty offices.
Oh, wow.
And then when we were able to move back in October, we had about 40 people in the community help, and it took less than 2 hours to get everything in there.
Listen, I love Montpelier, seriously.
It's a really great community.
Yep, it
to
is.
Be in.
And I've noticed in doing these interviews that all the business people know other business people, and there's a real protection there that they worry about.
Yes, we do keep in touch, and we will also message each other about if the internet's down, asking questions. If somebody has an extra roll of cash registers tape that they can, so
Great.
it's pretty. Or if we have problems with shoplifting, we send that information too. So we do. It's like yes, we're all looking out for each other.
The eyes are on you, people.
Yes.
So what you picked Montpelier? Was that a town you knew of, or just
at the time I was living in Barry. We'd been in Barry. My kids were small. I'd been as I said, homeschooling them. I had an affinity for Montpelier, and just the central Vermont area. Right. And I had been working at the toy store for a few years before I purchased it.
Oh, excellent!
So yes, and so
nice.
he would go away for a month, and they'd come back, and they said, "Do you want to buy the toy store? Maybe next year." And then. So in 2 years, I purchased the store. Yeah,
that's great.
So,
good for you.
Yeah, I was lucky.
That's excellent. And I'm trying to think. There aren't any toy stores. I can't even say it. Toy stores like yours around in the town, is there?
Not in the town. No. Yes.
That's good. No competition.
Yeah. Well, the town really isn't big enough for that type of. Yeah. There's certain things like having Onion River Sports. There's certain businesses that you really can't, like women's clothing. Yes, we can always have many of those because we all have different tastes. So
the flood hit your other store very badly.
Yes, it did.
And where you are now, you're hopefully safe from.
Well,
water.
Right now it's I'm renting the space out. I own my old space, 24 State Street. That building is condoed. So Carlo owns Positive Pie. I own 24. Upstairs is owned by somebody else.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in the process of fixing it up, and it's still taking a while. But right now I'm using it for storage for the holiday inventory because I get so much of it. So
that's great.
People will see the lights on in there, and they think
Oh, she's
something's
back.
happening. Yeah. I'm like, yes, no, I'm across the street, right next to the coffee
Great.
shop.
Do you have anything special going on for the holidays? Because what we're trying to do is let people know we're
Yes.
open for business.
Well, we will be doing like the Flannel Friday, which is always fun.
Right.
And I will be having a sale. And Lego is doing a special offer, and they told me that I qualified, so I get to give out some like these Lego giveaways for purchase of Lego
that is
product.
the biggest thing with kids these days is Legos.
It's not just kids; it's adults.
Really?
Yeah, because they're making these. There's flower arrangements that you can make out of
Get
Legos.
out.
Yeah. There's also you can make Taj Mahal, the White House. There's Notre Dame Cathedral.
Well, years and years ago, there was a Lego display, a show, a fair or something up in Essex, and they had a Lego train and a Lego city, and I was just fascinated. It was really amazing.
It's fun. Legos are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the little ones, though, right? Not the
No,
big ones that people are into.
I mean, Duplo is great for the little ones to
Yeah.
get, up until about 3 or 4, and then they go on to the smaller
The
Legos.
smaller ones. That's
Yeah.
great. That's really great. So, do you have staff? You're an employer.
Yes.
Have you had trouble filling those positions?
I have an excellent staff.
Oh, great.
I've always been really lucky. And I mean, during COVID, I paid my staff throughout. And during the flood, I paid my staff throughout
Great.
because I knew so many people were having a hard time. They said, oh, you can apply for unemployment, like the disaster unemployment. But it really was difficult for these people to apply. I remember talking to other store owners where their staff were told to do that, and then they had to go out and do the regular look for another job. And they were afraid that what happens if when we finally open up, we won't have employees.
Right.
So yeah, I was able to
Good for
pay
you.
mine throughout, and yeah, I have a good. Right now, there's I'm like, how many do I have right now? Because there's
And they're all very knowledgeable. That I know.
Yes.
Because you go in and can I help you? May I help you? And you're like, well, I'm looking for. And
Yes, we've got such a vast inventory
Right.
for babies on up to we've got adult board games and puzzles and things. So
That's great.
so I have a good staff.
What a
yes.
fun place to work too.
Yes.
You know, I'd be spending a lot of my salary in there, I think.
Well, they get a good discount
Anyway.
too.
Yeah. So are you planning on what's next for your business? A little growth or expansion?
Right now, it's hard for me to not buy too much inventory. If I had a bigger store,
You'd be in trouble.
yes. So expansion, no, I just have to be smart about what I'm purchasing, and I keep. I really do like to have variety. I like to, it's not always about what's the hottest toy. It's about what's fun.
Right.
And so I mean, I have.
And I think yours is, I don't know what the word is, they're all durable. They're really well-made toys. You don't find,
I try to get.
I was just telling Karen, for my husband is just adamant about no plastic toys. And when my grandchildren were young, I don't know if they liked it, but we bought wooden toys, and they all seemed to enjoy them because they last.
Oh, they're great toys. Yeah.
And you can pass them on.
Yeah, I mean, when people ask, they come in like, "What's the hot toy for a 2-year-old?" It's blocks. Blocks are the best.
There you go.
They really are.
Yep.
Yeah, and then train table. The trains. The wooden trains. We still have those. The Brio.
I think you had Lincoln Logs one time.
I still have Lincoln Logs.
I was looking for them because I thought, what a great gift.
Yeah.
And I found them in your store, but not many other places.
No.
The old-fashioned Lincoln Logs,
Right.
the real ones.
Yes, the ones that are, because they do have some that have plastic in them. And right now it's called Timber Tree Toys, and they are Lincoln Log compatible, and they are wooden, but I can't get the classic Lincoln Logs right now.
So a while ago I did buy them.
Yes, I did have them.
And I was so excited. I ran
before
home. And,
COVID.
look what I got. Look what I got. So have you noticed a slowing down of foot traffic in the store, or
They're
coming back people?
It's interesting because right now Montpelier's having a problem with the office workers still haven't come back fully from COVID.
That's
and
right.
It's huge because you don't have a problem finding parking downtown Montpelier anymore because people are still, they're still working from home.
Yeah.
And I really hope that we have a turnaround with that and that people will, fill the offices again, come downtown. It just helps, just keeps things vibrant.
I as a manager that had employees, I I think working in the office is, from a business perspective, much better. And maybe from a social perspective too.
It is.
You go a little goofy sitting at home.
I would think so. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, as you know, having a toy store and talking to customers, and I love that. I love the interaction, and I know in offices it's the same thing. You need somebody to bounce off ideas, to just feel that energy.
Yeah,
So.
and especially if you're hiring a new employee, you've got to get that camaraderie going, and who can you ask for help, who maybe not so much, and get to know the people.
Right.
I don't understand it, but
Yeah.
it could save money, I suppose, for smaller
Yeah, but
space.
I think for problem solving, I think it's good to work with it as
I
a
do too.
team.
Yeah, and it doesn't
I know.
impact the little gray cells. You know, you
Right.
need to talk by the water cooler.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
And you
exactly.
mentioned 25 years. Is that correct?
Yes, it'll be 25 years in
I
January.
don't know if you know, Montpelier Live is celebrating their 25th
Yeah.
anniversary this year, and I think Katie has done so, and her staff,
Yeah.
I think, from Observer,
Yes.
done
Oh yeah,
so
she's done a
much.
great job.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we all are pretty much it's copacetic together. We work as, the businesses and Montpelier Live. I was thinking about that though, that it's been 25 years. I said, yeah, I've been going to a lot of meetings.
Yep, because she kicked into gear, well, all of you did, I will say.
Yeah, she got put right in the spotlight there.
Well,
and-
to gain, people were very generous with support,
Yes.
and the people that came out of the woodwork to help, to volunteer was
it was
that was
amazing.
incredible.
It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
It really was.
And I know one of the people we're going to talk to in this series, they had a trouble getting somebody to redo their floor because there's not so many people around to do the work.
Right.
Did you experience that, a little long waiting list of
That was
carpenters
why,
and
that's why I
sort
couldn't fix up my 24 State Street, because I was trying to get plumbers, I was trying to get an electrician. I got one in. He came 3 weeks after. And I know that the landlords, who my landlord right now is Steve Everett, and he had a team of workers.
Right.
He had a contractor, and he had skilled workers and electricians and plumbers, fixing up their spaces, like Tim Heaney was able to get on it on Main Street. And here I was just, trying to get on the list, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
this isn't
can't
going to
wait
work.
that long.
So I pivoted, and I was like, yes, I'll go across the street.
Right down the street from you, under the clock, they were flooded. That was Prevent Child Abuse Vermont. They got flooded big time. So it's just that enough of a slope in the sidewalk, I think.
Yeah.
That must have,
Well, across the street, they got 12 inches in the store, and
Wow.
Yeah, but on my old spot was 27.
oh my
inches.
word, Karen.
And the ones on Main Street, they were getting 4 feet. So it's all,
Yeah, because it goes up and down. You were just where you are now is just a good place.
yeah,
Because you still have the benefit of the beautiful river and the coffee shop next door, and just nice. But I'm curious about. I have to look into the employees from state government if they're.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we want.
'cause that's-
Let's hope they come. Yeah, they come back.
That really helps the city.
We're just prepping for
Right.
that. It's really big. The last these 2 months are an enormous part of the business of the
Right.
retail world.
Well, I found I didn't realize that the last quarter is really gets you through the first quarter of the next year, which is usually very slow. And after all that the stores have been through with COVID and the flood, and in some cases 2 and 3 floods, not as bad, but still, that they need this quarter to be successful in order to stay in business.
Well, that's exactly. It's like, then you can. It's January and February,
Right.
March.
Exactly. Toys aren't necessarily
very-
on the list.
Yeah, but no, you normally do about 30% of the sales between Thanksgiving and Christmas
Wow.
for the entire year.
Huge. So come on down, people.
And I have a lot. I've got over 600 different board games. I have, all the stuffed
Great.
animals and all the Legos and.
Excellent. So Karen, do you want to talk a little bit about the support that you got or didn't get from the state, from the SBA, FEMA?
So you have to apply for FEMA, which then they tell you don't qualify as a business and you need to apply for an SBA loan. And so I went through the process of applying for an SBA loan. They told me I could receive up to $250,000, which I needed to fix my old space. I lost over $50,000 in inventory. I lost and a lot more items were lost.
Right.
I went through the process. It took over 8 weeks. I kept, every week they would give me a different person that I needed to talk to and
that's
go through
helpful.
the paperwork. Yes, it was. So I had to explain the situation every week to a new person.
Can I just stop you a minute? Why did
Yes.
you not qualify for a business loan? Because you
Well-
got flooded out and you had a business
Oh, you mean through FEMA?
through FEMA.
FEMA, they said that they were only helping a residential.
That's right.
But you had to go through FEMA first to be denied, then to go through SBA. So then when the
That's
SBA,
helpful.
yes, they sent me, they said that I qualified, and they had 25 documents with pages from 10 to 30 pages each that I had to sign. And I just felt like I was signing my life away if I
Right,
did that. So
right.
I said no. I would rather borrow the money that I was going to use to buy a house and to fix up my space
Karen.
instead. So.
Well, a lot of people had a loan already from COVID.
Oh,
And so they didn't want to do double.
Yes.
I mean, how much can you possibly
you don't
pay
want-
back?
Right.
Yeah, so I heard that from a lot of people, that they already had a loan
And they didn't want
because
to.
they didn't want to double the what they had to pay back.
Right.
Anyway,
I know, it's
well,
scary to get a loan out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, you were able to,
Fortunately, able to use.
without buying a house. That's terrible.
Well, hopefully I'll be
Yeah.
able to figure
You'll be
it
all
all
right
out.
because that's a great store.
It is. I appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Karen. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you
Oh,
on the
thanks
show.
so much for having
and,
me.
We'll
I
see what we can
appreciate
do.
it. Yeah.
Get out and support your local businesses, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is Pat McDonald, your host for Banter and Beans. See you in a little while.